Hey guys, Ultraman52 here. Welcome to episode 2 of Let's Talk Tuesday. And today's episode is going to be on the PlayStation Vita. Now, for those of you who do not know what the PlayStation Vita is, it is Sony's third attempt, at an attempt to dominate the handheld gaming market. The first was the PSP, second which was the PSP Go, which was a commercial failure, and now we have the Vita. So, unfortunately with the Vita, it's a slowly dying handheld. In fact, very many stores nowadays are not carrying any Vita stuff. Places like Walmart and Target, they are no longer carrying Vita stuff. Reason why is, here is my personal opinion on why the Vita is where it is now. Now, when I first heard about the Vita, I was pretty excited for it. Although, when it got like a couple weeks after the launch date for it, I was watching TV and I rarely saw an ad for the Vita. I think I might have seen only like one ad for the Vita, and on the internet I think I might have seen like one or two ads for the Vita as well. So right there, the Vita possibly was not marketed very, very well, if not advertised well enough to where people would want to go out and buy it. And also, the fact that there wasn't very many games. Sorry, there wasn't a very good library of games to support the Vita. In fact, most of the games that were released for launch date were also on PS4, were also on PS3, like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Mortal Kombat 9, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, and a few others were also cross-compatible were also playable on the PS3. So what was the point of getting the Vita version? Well, it was cross-playable, which means you could play the game from the Vita. You could essentially battle someone on the Vita online if someone else was on the PS3. So right there was a pretty nifty thing to have. It's kind of like what Street Fighter V is now, because Street Fighter V is cross-compatible. You can play someone on PC and fight someone on PS4. So it's cross-compatible, which is actually a really cool thing that I love about Street Fighter V. And it kind of is also, but back to what I was saying about the library of games, it also was kind of like the PSP. The PSP didn't have a very large, giant library of games to support it. Not saying the PSP was crap. The PSP is another great piece of hardware, just like the Vita here. It just unfortunately did not have a very good library of games to support it. Granted, yes, it was it was a thing for a really good number of years, but like I said, it just was not very, it didn't have that library of games. Excuse me. Also, the fact that the PSP kind of had like late PS2 graphics didn't really help it, and also the fact that the PS3, people say it kind of has like early, if not mid PS3 graphics, which is yeah. Did they say that the Vita had that? Yeah, the Vita. People said that the Vita had like mid to early PS3 graphics, which was not that bad, honestly, because there is a good number of fun games on the Vita. It's just most of them unfortunately are RPGs, and for here in America, RPGs really aren't that big as they are in Japan, because in Japan the PSP and the Vita are both still going strong. In fact, there's still games being made for the Vita and PSP, no joke. And it's honestly really sad, because this handheld deserves a lot better. It just unfortunately was outshined by the Nintendo 3DS. Because look at the Nintendo 3DS, it had a great library of games that supported it, and also it was advertised to hell and back. So yeah. But I only own a very small handful of video games, because you saw in my part 2 of my update, which is for part 3, that'll come up this Friday, and whatnot. So yeah. But there are still a good handful of games I would love to get. I mean, there's the Uncharted game I'd like to get, the Call of Duty Black Ops game, Declassified game I would like to try out. I would also like to even get some of the PSP versions of some of the better games, like Street Fighter Cross Tekken, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and also Mortal Kombat 9, because I love me some fighting games. So yeah, Let me know what you guys think below, down in the comments below, about the PlayStation Vita. Like, what do you think was the cause of it not being as popular as it is today? You know, was it because of the advertising, or was it because of the fact that there wasn't a great number of games to support it? So yeah, I think that's it for now. I kind of want to make these videos around 5 to 8 minutes in length. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. Again, leave a comment below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you have not already, please subscribe for some more awesome goodness. So yeah, leave a comment below on what you guys think about the Vita and whatnot. So yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed. And sign off.